Hello, welcome back to this diet series. Even though this is a retirement channel, losing 10 to 15 pounds is something that I do every spring, and I've been on the counting calories diet plan for this will be the fourth year, and I'm still working on it, still work in progress, but I'm getting it dialed in, and I've been successful from the first year, and this year is looking good too. I've been successful with this diet. It works. It's not easy. It is hard. It's a pain in the ass to count calories. It's not hard to count calories, but it is something added that you have to do to count calories, but it works. So I'm in just ending the third week of this diet, and I can tell you, I am starting to feel hunger now. And that is absolutely normal. That is why most people around 2 or 3 weeks usually end up quitting their diets. So here's some things that you can do to kind of help you through that. And the first thing, the most important thing, is understanding that hunger. It's because we are programmed through evolution. The people that, when they weren't eating, felt that hunger and that drive to go out and get more food, those are the people that survived. So those are the genes that survived throughout our evolution. So when you're hungry and you want to eat more, that is just, you're doing the right thing. That's your body telling you what you should do if you lived 10,000 years ago. Unfortunately, in today's world, it does not work because we have too much food available to us. So you have to override that thought with your rational mind and convince yourself that it's okay to be hungry. You're not going to die. It's not that big of a deal. I know it seems like it. I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do. But you need to override that hunger and make yourself be okay with being hungry, knowing that it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. It means that you're losing weight. It's your body's way of saying, hey, I'm losing weight, you need to eat more. That's what you want. You want to feel hungry. And it's a good thing. What do people say when they, when you're an athlete and you're trying to get better? They say, stay hungry. That's what you want. All right. Some of the other little things that I do, the actual things that I do to kind of get by the hunger is, first and foremost, drink water. Drink water before a meal, during a meal, after a meal. If you get done eating, and you will, if you're on a diet for more than a couple weeks, you'll get done with a meal and you'll be like, I'm still hungry. I want to eat more. Drink some water. It really does make a difference. One of the other things I do, maybe between meals when I'm feeling hungry, is herbal tea. Herbal tea, I like the mint. That's that's what does it. That makes a big difference for me. I don't know, just a warm beverage. It makes a difference. Coffee because one, it's another warm beverage, but it's also got the caffeine in it. I guess I do herbal tea. I mean, if you did regular tea, that also has caffeine in it, and caffeine is also an appetite suppressant. Another thing for me is light exercise, like cardio exercise, going for a walk, going for a bike ride, going for a hike. Those also give me kind of an appetite suppressant. It definitely works for me, especially if it's 2 or 3 hours away from dinner time. Going out and doing a little something like that, or just getting into a project around the house or doing something around the house, can kind of take your mind off of eating. The other thing, increase your protein. Up your protein and maybe even your fat, although fat has a lot of calories, so that can be a little bit tough to up your fat intake, but up your protein intake. It will make you feel fuller longer. And let's see, what else do I have? Volume eating. I don't do like a true volume eating, but if you throw in low calorie food, which is mostly going to be some kind of vegetables, if you put that in your meal plan, either, eating something like carrots and celery raw, just carrots and celery sticks along with your meal, or if when you cook you add, things like broccoli, which I do a lot. It's in my burritos, which I'll talk about a little bit at the end of this. I put that in my plan, and that gives you some more volume, some fiber, without adding a lot of calories. And I know a lot of people are going to say counting calories is too much effort. Yeah, it's effort. This is hard. This is losing weight. It's not easy. If somebody tells you that you can lose 7 pounds in 7 days, or 30 pounds in a month, or whatever kind of thing it is, that's, oh yeah, no problem, you got this diet, easy, it's easy, you'll lose a lot of weight. Bullshit. It's not going to happen. All right, and if it does happen, you're just going to gain the weight back. When you lose a lot of weight quickly, mostly it's because you're losing water weight, and you're just going to gain that back when you get off that diet, that special diet with whatever it is. So if you truly want to lose weight, get ready to put in the hard work, because that's what it takes. One of the things I do is make breakfast burritos. I use turkey because it's a little bit lower calorie. I use the 93% fat, and I will, I'll show you. This is just my handwriting, but I'll put this up. I'll put the actual recipe on, and what I do is just brown the turkey and onions. Then I throw the pepper, beans, and broccoli. Let that cook. Actually, I throw in the salsa and all the spices too. Let that cook down. Taste it. See if I need any other spices. If I want to add salt, this is the time that I add salt. After I taste it, does it need salt? Usually I don't put it in this. Sometimes I put a little bit in the eggs. When the broccoli and the pepper is cooked to the consistency that I want it, I put that in another big bowl off to the side. I cook my eggs, scramble them up, cook them down. Eggs and egg whites, actually, for lower calories and higher protein. Throw them all in a bowl, mix it all up. I usually have one burrito the time that I'm cooking it, and I make enough, and this recipe is going to be enough for me for 6 burritos. For you, it could be more or less, but I mean, I pack my burritos pretty much as much as I can get in a big 12-inch burrito. So that's my burrito. It's pretty decent protein, kind of high in carbs, but not too bad for calories. Oh, this time it was a little bit more because I didn't get the same Carb Smart tortillas that I had the first time. So it added 110 calories for each burrito, because that's how many more calories the tortillas that I got this time had than the Carb Smart tortillas, the Mission tortillas. And I'll put a picture up of the first ones I used, because I will definitely try to get them again. They also were a little bit tougher and easier to roll the burrito. So that's all I got for that. I will show you the progress that I have made. This time, my favorite part of the video is showing you my fat loss. So let me see, get here, come down just a hair. All right, so this is what I look like from the front, relaxed, kind of flexed a little bit. From the side, relaxed, and I can definitely feel a difference. I mean, I used to be able to grab it in the front and it would just totally fill my hand, and I can tell I've lost a little bit. And I also, my size 33 jeans are, I can get into them without struggling. They're still snug, but they're not as tight as they were. Still got, quite a bit on the sides, and the back. That's the hardest for me to lose right there. 3 weeks, I've lost 6 pounds. I started out at 190 pounds. Weighed myself yesterday. I was 184. I forgot today, so I don't know. But 6 pounds in 3 weeks, about what I expected. 3 pounds the first week and 3 pounds the next 2 weeks. And I set my diet up to try to average losing a pound a week I'm on the diet for 4 months, which ends up being 17 weeks. And from the back. And as you can see, quite a bit there. Flexed, relaxed. And from the other side, still a little bit of a gut, but definitely feeling a difference in just 3 weeks. And again, flex. And I'm not sucking in, I'm just kind of tensing everything up and relaxed. So that's all I got for you for this week. If you want to lose 10 to 20 pounds in the spring, before summer, getting ready for summer, getting your summer body on, this is the way you do it. I'm not some 20-year-old where I can just skip a meal and lose weight. I'm in my 50s. I've been dieting for the summer for years. I've tried different things that did not work as good as counting calories. And I know this is hard, but if you follow the plan, it's going to work. All right, just want to quickly go over how I figured out the macro percentages. The first thing you have to do, because you're counting your fat, carbs, and protein in grams, is you have to change that to calories. So you multiply those grams times 9 for fat, and for carbs and protein, you multiply it by 4. Then you add those 3 numbers up, and that's your total calories. It's going to be different than your tracked calories, just because things are off a little bit, no big deal. Then you divide your fat calories by your total calories to get that macro percentage, and do the same thing for carbs and protein. And that's your macro percentages breakdown. And I just put in there what the average is, just off the internet. I would go with a higher protein and lower carbs. I guess that's all I got this week. I will see you next week.